Like and subscribe. This is the Nightly Fix, powered by Foolish Club Media. Please head to our YouTube page. Like and subscribe. If you do not do so, you are, as Bomani Jones would say, a damn hater. And not just, did you say who? Not just a hater, but I mean a world-class hater. Don't be that way. You see that, hater, fellas? You see that, fellas? I was loving the pajamas so much, looking so good in the pajamas. Your boy got a different color, baby.
Is that a different color?
You saw that?
What is that? Is that teal?
I got that green on him.
Is that green? Okay, teal. Yeah, green, teal.
Matching shorts too. Got the matching shorts as well. Knees are ashy, or I'd really show you, but I got the matching shorts.
Put some lotion on, man. Put some goddamn lotion on.
Why not, man? I'll use that lotion for later.
But every day. We don't really need to see yours, but
is that why you look so youthful, Steven?
Yeah.
Nah, man, that's why you look like
a very soft skin.
You do have soft skin. Like you really do. Like I mean, you are a. I don't like to shake your hand. I go just for it all.
Damn.
Because your hands are too manicured. Come on, you go get manicures.
No, I just don't. I'm very particular about my nails. Like I trim them pretty frequently. I don't like it when there's dirt underneath my fingernails, so I'm very on top of keeping them clean.
Oh, I'm a biter.
You're a biter?
I'm a nail biter. Oh, always have been, man.
Do you know what the fuck's under your nails, dog?
I don't give a rip, man. It's all me.
I still do it sometimes. Not all the time.
You don't bite your nails.
No, I don't bite my nails.
Yeah.
What? I'm a grown ass man. Why would I bite my nails like I'm a child? That's crazy.
You do a lot of child things.
You do a lot of child things.
You do, but biting your nails.
You do.
Apparently, in one of them. Like right there, example. Oh,
like right there, example.
Right there, like a little kid, a big old 7-year-old, that big ass body with no
square
hair.
Head,
no hair,
square head, Lego head,
mama's boy,
Lego head ass boy. Oh, four eyes. Beautiful.
I'm happy with mine. I know you ain't, but listen, it is NBA trade deadline opened up 6:00. Some teams have made some moves. The Rockets are serious. I don't know about you. I know people don't care. The Rockets seem like they out here winning the damn offseason right now. Dorian Finney-Smith, a nice little move, bring it back.
Are they winning the offseason?
It feels like they are. Now I don't know what happens, but Dorian Finney-Smith right there is slid in there as as a nice little bench move, a nice little 3-and-D guy, 6'7" veteran that can shoot the ball out over 40% from three last year. The Lakers wanted to bring him back. He decided to leave the Lakers and roll to Houston. See, that's that thing, right? That's that thing. Serda, you don't have the experience living here. Osita, this is one of the few places that Osita's from in Houston, Texas.
A few places. I think everybody's only from like a few places. You know what I mean? Like one place usually. What do you mean the few places Osita's from?
You claim multiple. I don't know if you're from San Antonio or Houston.
I just lived in San Antonio for a really long time, but I'm from Houston, bro. Calm down. Yeah. Just calm down.
You're
doing too much already. It's we've only been like we're 5 minutes into the fucking show.
Listen, right? I don't know. I can't remember where you're from, but
Rude.
I'm just saying I can't. It's nothing wrong with it. But athletes love to live in Houston. That is something from. Now, I don't know about baseball players, but athletes love to live in Houston. Football players, basketball players, they love to live in Houston. And now that you're good, you don't have to pay the little we sorry as hell tax. And that we sorry as hell tax, right now, for the Kings to go get somebody, they got to pay that Sacramento Kings tax. They got to pay that we the damn Kings. So I'm going to need about 10 more million on that for you to get my ass to come to Sacramento. Houston ain't got to pay that. Then they went and go get Durant. And so now they're going to be good. They were the 2 seed last year. And now they can just attract people. and they ain't got to pay that tax because, I get to live in Houston too. I get to see the lovely, lovely, lovely different amount of ladies that are there, the nightlife that is there, the reason that a James Harden refuses to move from there, even though he's been on 2 or 3 different teams. By the way, shout out to James Harden. Who knew at 36-year-old that James Harden would still be able to sign 2-year contracts worth $81.5 million? I didn't have that in. I didn't.
Real quick side note: didn't he just get in trouble for sexual assault?
It wasn't him. It was
his nephew,
a nephew of his at his place that that is.
And he's getting sued for negligence.
He'll slide out of that. He'll slide out of that.
I've heard some stories, man. I know some people, and I've heard some. I literally heard a story. What was it, 2 weeks ago? Whenever that Morgan Wallen concert was, and they told me some wild shit about that boy. And then all of a sudden, like a week later, I see on the news, "Oh, boy's getting in trouble." I was like, "All right, bet. See how it is. It is what it is." I know she ain't.
And
lying.
then he signed a 2 years, 88. That 2-year, $81.5 million contract. Lob that. As sad as listen. I hope the young lady is safe and doesn't have a traumatic experience or whatever happened. Hopefully the whole situation is. But I think we know from that situation, I don't think this is something that is going to really run up on James Harden. We'll see what happens. There may be a settlement, but this is not going to be something that derails James Harden. But NBA free agency has started, and I just want to say prayers up to Chris Haynes. I really enjoy Chris Haynes. He's having a bad night. Chris Haynes is trying to get to that Woj situation, that Shams situation. You see his night. He's had a couple of fuck ups here on some of the things that he is the news he's reported. He reported that Jake from State Farm fella was going to be signing a new deal back with the Sacramento Kings, when then Shams reported a couple of minutes later that no, he signed a 2-year agreement with the Lakers, and then he had to come back and say, "Oh, sorry, it is with the Lakers." And then he also sent out the deal about D'Angelo Russell, but on the picture he had an AI jersey and it didn't say Dallas. It said he spelled Dallas incorrectly. It spelled something else. And all I've seen up and down is Chris Haynes having a rough night to start with NBA free agency with this fucked up. I'm saying, man, it's all right, Chris. It's hey, you come through and you just ignore it. You just ignore it. You just go on and you have a rough night. You miss a couple of things.
I feel like he's the most respected guy besides Shams now that Woj is out of the game. Like, he's been.
Do we know if is it Shams or is it Shams?
I think maybe it's Shams. I don't know. I've heard it.
I have heard it 2 different times. I just know we just said it 2 different ways. By the way,
Shams, but I say Shams in my head, and so I let it fly that way.
I feel like it's Shams Charania is what I feel like it, but I have heard Shams. By the way, he is one of the few. I don't think it's Sheme, but I like it. The Sheme bomb, huh?
Sheme.
I do think this is one of the few individuals in media who is killing Steve Serda when it comes to hair. Listen, Steve, you got a
fucking rival now, here. Dude.
No, he's past Steve, and Steve will be honest enough to admit it. You go get you a good Shams photo. This young man's got good, healthy length. He's got lift on it. I mean, Serda's got great hair. Serda has championship level hair. Shams is just getting you. He's one of the few Tom.
I don't think
there's a couple.
He's got good hair. I feel like he's had the same haircut forever, but I do feel like if he wasn't bringing it up tighter, like he could probably grow it out.
Look, guys. You know that man went to Turkey. Let's not lie. You know that man went to Turkey. Well, my man Steven Serda over here has the natural, long, lengthy hair. You know, with the little swoop going on, and you're over here
Steve's
talking about
got a Steve's,
Shammy, and his obviously fake hairline. Okay,
it's not fake. It's not fake.
it's
Shams,
obviously
there are
fake.
a couple that come to mind in the media. Shams is getting you. Tom Pelissero, championship hair. I talked with him once before. He says his secret is coconut oil. Tom Pelissero has you. I mean, you've got a good like Lou Diamond Phillips type thing going. I think you could, like, if you gave some lift and put some product, I think you could compete with them. They're not a lot.
I mean, it's got a little bit in it right now. I just put like a little fingertip of pomade in it to try to like.
I don't know what that means.
And poof it a little bit.
You know what Murray's is. You know what Murray's is. Don't act like you don't know what Murray's is. The blue goo.
Listen, man, I know you. I know your ass don't know, but I mean, I just.
It does. I got to decide now because I feel like I'm trending into like Jeremy Allen White territory.
Yes,
right
you are.
And I got to decide where I'm going with it next.
By the way, I have got to force myself to start watching that season 3. I'm on episode 4, season 3, halfway through it. I don't know why. Jamie Lee Curtis, I saw previews for season 4. She was sitting on a couch somewhere. I was like, wow, okay, that's Jamie Lee, huh? Not bad.
There's a lot of cameos in season 4 too.
I need to finish up. I need to get in there and finish that thing up. I started Smoke on Apple. Started watching that on the plane on the way back. Check that out.
I like Taron Egerton.
And you know, Jesse tried to absolutely ruin that entire family. But I'm glad that she hasn't been punished and she's still getting work. Old Journey Smollett, we know what Jesse did, and she's the other
Juicy Smollett.
She's the other star. He could have fucked up that whole family's career. Was it he? Where's the brother?
She's managed to stay pretty active.
But wasn't there a brother?
I mean, she has to. Come on now, somebody's got to take care of them.
Wasn't Jesse on the first Mighty Ducks? Wasn't he on that? I feel like him and his brother were on. They had more black people in the first one. Then they only kept it to Jesse.
Keenan.
Well, he's on the second one. They added.
Oh, that's Knuckle
But the first one, I feel like they had the Smollett brothers. I feel like that had to be one of the first things Juicy has ever done.
Juicy.
Before he had that Subway situation.
I don't know.
I think I really.
It.
I think him and a brother were on it. I think they were the two light-skinned young men. Yes, I think he had a brother, and I've not seen the brother in anything else since Justin.
I don't see the brother listed, but he is listed. I don't even remember him, honestly.
Dude, I remember being in love with Journey Smollett when I was a kid because she was in this movie about civil rights.
Eve's Bayou? Oh,
nah. Chill. No, it was like something on like. Her. No, it was something on the Disney Channel. But I just remember seeing her and I'm being like, oh damn, who's that? You know,
who's that, bro?
Who that is? Who's that? Good lord.
Yeah, old Jussie. Yeah, he damn near messed it up. But you'll enjoy her in this. Let me tell you that now. You'll enjoy her in Smoke. If you had a little crush on her, in Smoke, you might enjoy her. But
did you ever see Lovecraft Country? She was good in that.
I did see.
Never even heard of that.
Good show.
Never heard of it.
It had him and who's the dude who was not Thanos.
Jonathan
the guy who
Majors.
He got canceled.
Yeah, he got canceled.
But then he got brought back, right? Who is he with?
No. Mia.
Is he with Megan Good?
Megan Good.
Is he with Megan Good?
Yeah,
yes.
He's with her now, but he got accused of some awful stuff with his ex.
I know.
Like I think the charges got dropped, but I don't think it was like you're absolved of the situation. I think it was like he gave her a bunch of money to like go away type of thing.
Yeah. Well, it took a strong black woman to bring him back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Strong. Strong.
Yeah, and somebody who is pathetic when it comes to $100,000 pyramid. I literally just got done watching her compete on $100,000 pyramid with Michael Strahan.
I was watching that too.
She was fucking awful. God, she was awful. She made me
awful.
Get up and walk. Do you know the games, Steve? Do you know one?
I've heard of it, but I don't really know how it works. I've never been
because
a person.
Before Big Dick Clark was the host back in the heyday when it started. Now it's Michael Strahan with one of his 85 jobs. By the way, I really do feel like Nate Burleson is just trying to imitate him and chase him. And Nate Burleson's on the hunt to host a game show, just like Mike is. But one of her clues that was given to her, she had 2 back-to-back ones, and she made me get up and start to get the trash together. It was so bad. The word on the box was Harvard, and the girl was explaining to her. She goes, "Hey, the school where the college where a lot of smart kids tend to apply and try to go to." And
MIT.
Megan said, "No." She said, "Yale, Howard, and the girl's like, I don't know what better clue I could give you." She just said, the top one. That's what the girl kept saying. And Megan said, pass it. Okay. And then she goes, all right, the next one was New Orleans. And she goes, all right, the big city that's known for partying in Louisiana. She said, okay. She started saying some other shit, and then the buzzer went off. I said, Jesus Christ, Megan.
Okay.
What else were you thinking?
Okay. Number one, and this is from what I heard from the Jonathan Majors interview on Breakfast Club. She's a woman of God. Maybe she doesn't know about all the sinful things that happen in New Orleans. Okay. Number two, for that first answer, I probably would have said the school that everyone will tell you they've gone to if they've been there. You know, if they've gone to that school, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm from Harvard. I went to Harvard. I went to Harvard. I went to Harvard." You know what I mean? Like, yeah, every Chad's been there.
Osita, Lamont,
hey,
whatever your middle name is.
Not my middle name.
Probably not close.
Not even.
Osita and Stephen Matthew Serda. If I were to say to you,
mine does actually start with an M.
It's Mark or something like that. But
Michael.
If I were to say to you, if we're doing this and you understand the rules of the game, if I were to say to you, it is the college where a lot of smart people try to get into
MIT
and go to, you might get to MIT, you might get to Yale, hell, you might get to Howard at some point. If I'm saying to you, the very top one, you're going to fool around. If you've got to MIT and Yale, you're going to make your way to Harvard. You're going to.
You might run into Cornell before you get to
Brown.
Harvard.
And listen, you and I know that she has done too many nasty scenes in her career that she has to have that one. And I will be damned.
Okay. Just because you play something doesn't mean that you are the thing that you play. You don't necessarily have to have knowledge of things that you've done in order to play the character. Okay?
She plays it. She plays it too well not to know whether. And anyway, what are you thinking? What are you thinking if I come to you and say the big city in in Louisiana that's known for partying? What are you thinking? Slidell?
I don't know. LSU.
Lafayette?
Where's LSU?
Okay, that's what you're thinking. You're not.
There we go.
New Orleans is not hitting you. Is that what you're going to tell me? Is that what you sit here and say?
Why would it?
You ain't got a lot of kick it. You could just be honest.
But it frustrates you.
I love Megan Good. It doesn't frustrate me. Megan Good is an absolute. That was a foolish. She buckles under the pressure. I believe she also, in a side note, used to maybe even be married to Curtis Martin, the Hall of Fame running back for the Jets. I believe Megan had a run there in that relationship.
For Curtis.
Is that what you say? Good for Curtis. Yeah, man, he had a nice little run of it. But no, you brought up Megan Good. That's all I've been thinking. God damn, she's terrible. Oh my God, she's awful. She is just. I mean, she is just so bad. It was so bad. I felt like she walked away and said, "Man, that was bad. God, that was bad." I mean, she
She goes,
let
oof,
D.L.
that was
Hughley
awful.
just run through. Yeah, she goes, God, man, they're gonna kill me for that. My friends, I almost want to pay to not get that shown on television. It was that bad. Let me ask you a serious question.
No,
I didn't
no,
mean to
thank you.
get on making good. Let me ask you a question.
No, I'm good.
So I'm seeing this report going around. I don't think it's gonna happen, but we know the Knicks. They're struggling finding a coach. By the way, they have top 5, top 6 odds right now of winning the NBA championship. But the report is out that the Knicks have reportedly reached out to South Carolina women's basketball coach Don Staley, the
Oh,
coldest
progressive.
dressing women's coach in held the coldest dressing coach in all of basketball, Don Staley. They've reached out to Don Staley in regards to their head coaching job. And I just
Progressive.
simply throwing this up. Progressive, good word to use. Osita, you know this world. You played YMCA basketball. You've started to get more equipped in sports. Serda, you have been watching sports, mostly football, but sports most of your life. Yeah, y'all think we ready for this? When I
Hell
say
nah.
we, I mean do you think we're ready for
No.
a women's basketball coach to be the head coach of an NBA team like the Knicks?
No.
You think in 2025 we're ready for that progressive, as you said, move?
No. The Knicks fans are going to lose their fucking mind over this. And I can't wait to watch them all fucking just go crazy in the fucking streets and on all the podcasts. I can't wait to see what Mason Cameron have to say. I know they're gonna say some. I know Mason's definitely gonna say some fucking sexist shit. I know that motherfucker can't even open his mouth without saying some random sexist shit.
You ain't lying.
But you know, he's gonna be like, it's gonna be like, oh, you know, to have a woman coach. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that, but they just don't play. Yeah, he's gonna say some bullshit like that. I already know it, dude. I already know it, and so are all the fucking Knicks fans. I mean, is she a good coach? I have no clue. I don't really know much about her, but I'm assuming that if they're willing to, look at her, hopefully she has a reputation that is deserving of being a men's coach.
Don,
But I like it.
yeah,
I'm here for it.
Don Staley is, sir, as you. Don Staley's an amazing coach.
Yeah,
She's probably the best.
I'm familiar. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I know her whole resume, but I'm familiar.
Yeah, she's probably been the best female coach, women's coach and that includes Gina Oriema, who's been the coach of UConn. I'd say the last 10 years, she has built South Carolina as the top school. She had Asia Wilson. She had old girl from Aaliyah Boston, who's in Indiana with Caitlin. Cardoza, who went to Chicago. Those teams, they were what 40. I think they were 40-0 before Caitlin's Iowa team beat them in the Final Four, and then I think they didn't lose again and won and went undefeated the rest of the way the next year as well. I think she's got 3 national championships in like the last 5 years or something,
Yeah.
6 years or something. She's and like she's been a name, right? She was one of the early ones in the WNBA, right? She's from Philly. She's from the East Coast. She is probably the most respected women's coach right now. But sir, I tend to agree with Osita. Those motherfuckers would lose their minds. And the
Lose their
worst
minds.
part about it is I don't even think they would watch themselves. I think they would just say the sexist things
It's fucking
and
New
would
York.
just
When do they ever
and I'm
watch
not
themselves?
and
What are
I'm
you
and I
talking
and
about?
I'm not just talking about Cameron and Mace and Joe Button and crew. I'm talking about just like
No,
like even people who
like her
were
getting
more
screamed at
mainstream.
by, I mean, or just her getting screamed at by fans at the Garden. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
Like they would say awful things to her.
Hope she's ready for that shit.
But also, no, I mean, this would be really cool if it was actually going to lead anywhere. I don't think it's going to. I think this to me screams like a Knicks team that like feels like maybe they're on the cusp of something, and so they do. We've seen this happen a lot in the NBA. You fire a coach because you felt like you were good enough to get over the hump, and they couldn't get you over the hump with who you had, so you try to go find somebody else, but you've reached out to every possible top candidate that you thought, like, come to New York. We're the Knicks. Why wouldn't you want to coach here? We got a championship caliber.
Well, let's
team
also
ready to roll.
remember, Steve. Let's also remember, Steve. They've continued to reach out to people who already have jobs and already have like good jobs, like
Yeah.
Jason Kidd, who has just inherited AD, Kyrie Irving, and Cooper Flag, or like they.
And that's what I'm saying is like the Knicks still think like we're the Knicks, and so now I feel like this is more of just like a positive PR spin than it is like actual interest in her as like taking over the team. Like I don't think that the Knicks are actually going to do that, and it's an unfortunate thing because she would probably be great if she was given a real opportunity.
Now we have had female assistants. So it's not like the foreign thing of being in the locker room and stuff like that. Like Becky Hammond, who I'd say probably in the WNBA is the most kind of known and recognized coach. She's the coach of the Aces in Vegas. She was on Greg Popovich's staff in San Antonio, as you know, Osita. She was there as an assistant for years and did and coached with the Spurs and I think it's the Pacers. The Pacers have essentially she's like the defensive coordinator for them, and she's like their defensive coach for the Pacers. Is she has so it's not like they haven't been there, but there is no chance in hell. And I'll just say this: James Dolan is definitely not the one that I'm thinking first is going to make the progressive move and hire a woman with the Knicks. Although I think there's an argument of like, all right, hey, is she gonna be? Is she someone potentially to bring in more thoughts and ideas than some of these retreads? I know they have interviewed Mike Brown for the second time. They've had 2 interviews with him. He's a retread from Cleveland and the Kings and the Lakers. Has done some stuff. So if they go there, meh. But I will say, as Serda said, they got a good team. And if you want to make a splash and you want to be the talk of the sports world or the basketball world, woo, this is it. This is how you do that thing. And I don't know. I am praying to God it happens. And I'm not praying to God it happens in the way that Osita is
well, you don't know my heart. Calm down. I would love to see this happen because I think, having a woman coach would be amazing to see, and it would be a very progressive thing to see.
I'm just going.
I just know how the Knicks are going to act. How the Knicks fans are going to act.
Yeah, I'm just going off what you had to say of like these people are going to lose their shit. I get the sense like yes, I would love to watch that. I would check into WFAN and all of them damn shows in New York to really see how they would fare on this. I'm with you, but I actually think if she had the opportunity to break the that glass ceiling, I think she could. But I think the sad thing is I think Stephen A. Smith has a better chance to become the New York Knicks head coach than Don Staley does. And that is insane when she has clearly, obviously done it at a high level before. Like she could go and take any WNBA team right now today. Any one of them, except for maybe Becky Hammond, would fire their coach if Don Staley came up there. I just want to see that shit bad, and I know I ain't got no chance.
Yeah, I mean, I see where you're coming from, especially with the PR thing, especially the fact that WNBA is like bigger than it ever has been within the past, like, calendar year. So, I mean,
but
maybe
honest to God,
wave, but I mean, hopefully they're serious about it. I would hope that they're just like wasting this lady's time. Or
but honest to God,
wasting this lady's time.
But honest to God, how big, if they were to do this, how big? This is the biggest story. This is the biggest story in sports, right?
Oh, for sure, hardcore. It's like it's the biggest thing that ever happened to the game of basketball, having a lady be the coaching staff of a team that almost went to the championship.
It's
like,
the hell of the team. The hell would almost went to the championship.
It's one
just
of those
being a coach of a
stories.
team.
They would talk about it on CNN and Fox News and like national news publications because it would be such a big deal.
Could you imagine the convos on Fox News?
Yeah.
He's like, the DEI woman initiative in the NBA has to be stopped. Has to be stopped. They let a black woman coach my Knickerbockers. Like,
Oh, no, they'd be saying that. They would be pushing the gauges to Knickerbockers. Well, I get real nervous. I'll get real nervous when white guys go and say that. I really do. But you ain't lying, boy. They would not as one thing. She's a woman. Then they would
a black woman.
But I bet you, head, dude. I bet you right now, I would put money on it. She is better than a good amount of male coaches in the NBA right now. I bet she has better concepts and would be able to reach players. My concern is, I think she is
in the NBA who have been retreads forever. They just keep getting jobs because they just had one good season somewhere once upon a time.
Now, the other thing is also is, like, do you think that'd be a problem for players?
No, man. Because everybody loves their mama. Everybody loves their mama. Have you ever heard of those prison systems that like they have female wardens and they have like a whole female staff? Because like men, even when they're at the most downtrodden and the most violent and stuff like that, they do hold a certain respect for, motherly figures. So a woman in power in that situation where it's just like nothing, she's going to be the team mom, bro.
Yeah, but that's some do, but then there are also some that don't feel like they want to be told what to do in front of
anybody like that can go ahead and kick rocks.
Yeah, they can. I'm just saying there's some guys in the league that might be a weird thing. Like, of course, this isn't an Eddie situation, like from the movie Eddie and Whoopi Goldberg when she started to coach the Knicks. But this is but I tend to agree. I don't think it would be as big of an issue for players in the league. I think it would be more the fans.
In this day and age, I feel like in this day and age, any player who really has like something against like a woman coaching staff needs to be looked at. Needs to be like, yo, something's weird about you. You're a little off. You know what I'm saying? Like your ego is that fragile where you can't have a lady coach you. Is she good? Like that's all. Do you want to win? That's what should really matter. At the end of the day.
And again, like you know what? Don goes off. She will go the fuck off on some of these cats, which gets me. But Don, man, I'm praying.
That's what you want to see.
I'm praying you get the gig. Somebody said maybe she should change her name to DON, and that maybe they might give her a better chance to getting that job if she took that and changed it to DON Staley. That might throw some people off if they don't specify this. Hey, we're getting Don Staley. DON Staley
again.
3 national championships at South Carolina.
Fox News,
Carolina.
Fox News would lose their mind again. We have a transgender black female coach in the NBA. This is ridiculous. What has my America come to? Like it would be. They would fucking die, dude. It'd be like that episode of that first episode of the Chappelle Show. With what's his face, the Black Klansman, where that guy he finally sees that he's black and his head explodes.
Yes, I just I don't understand why. Well, because she changed her name from DAW into DON, that she then made her transgender. I don't know.
Hey, hey.
I got something that would happen. That's something
I
that
don't
would
know why
happen.
Fox News does what they do,
You
but they
think
do
she
what they
thinks
do.
she?
You know.
Hold on. You think she would become transgender if she changed her name to DON, Don, or you think that people would start calling her transgender?
I think Fox News would do what Fox News does.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with that. But maybe she does have a better shot if she they the interview or the resume to James Dolan it says DON Staley. That Don
Always lie on your
instead
resume.
of the other Don. Woo!
No,
Feeling real
sorry.
sexy. There you go.
Oh,
There you
sorry.
go.
Hey,
There you
what's
go.
up?
That's all right.
My bad.
That's
Hey,
all
we're
right.
back. We're back. It's cool. We're here.
It's all right, man. Keep your clothes on now. Keep
Hey,
your clothes on.
I ain't wearing no pants, man. You already know I ain't wearing no pants.
I know you are, man. I'm gonna give me a shirt that says I'm a Don Staley guy. Um, or gal,
I don't
whichever
know what that.
one.
I don't know what that means, but I don't really like
I
it.
am.
I don't.
I'm a Don Staley
I
guy.
don't know if I like
Get
it.
that shirt. That's what it says. I do want to get to your heat check because I know it's a Monday. You really had some time to think about it, and I always think
All
you do an
weekend.
exquisite job on a Monday heat check.
Thank you. Thank
Um,
you. I appreciate that.
and we will get to that. But Steve, please tell me, do you have that John Cena video?
Yes.
It is. I'm sorry. I listen. I know. I know that you guys aren't wrestling heads. I know you're not.
Nah.
And they slit themselves over to Saudi for Night of Champions. But I want you to look and see what they did to this 64-year-old or this 61-year-old man, who, by the way, is turning 61 tomorrow.
John Cena.
This young man,
61?
No,
Oh.
this fella
Not
Charles
John.
Robinson,
I was
who
like,
gets
what
who
the
gets a
fuck?
hold of John Cena. I want you to watch this. I feel so bad. I watched this live and I watched it repeatedly. And I have never laughed as much as I have at the demise of an individual that I knew was fake, but I still know he could not have faked this. I think he is still hurting today, and this happened Saturday evening. I just want you to show this man sells it. He runs down this ramp as far as he could and just gets flattened. Please, please show this. This is the best thing I saw.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
I died
Rollins is
laughing
called
for an
official.
hour.
Is
I know,
Rollins
he's
gonna
tired
be
after the
the
run.
century
Oh.
Not gonna happen. Rollins is calling for an official. Is Rollins gonna go for the heist of the century title? John Cena, Rollins gonna go for the heist of the century title. John Cena, John Cena, the heist of the century title. John Cena, not gonna allow it to happen. Was Rollins gonna try to cash in?
Oh my God!
Wow.
Who told him to go out there and take that damn shot? Triple H is an asshole for that. There's no reason.
That's the game, though. You gotta. It's all for the entertainment. I hope that he got a hefty bonus for eating that from John
Cena. He came down. He left and ran down that ramp. Do you think he knew that it was gonna be that bad? No. I wonder, ahead of time, did John say, "Hey, man, I'm gonna lay it in there. I want to really make sure I settle this thing."
God,
because he can. If you watch him, you can see he knows it's coming. He looks over there. He knows it's coming. He gets depleted. There's no faking that one, man. John just came and just laid that 61-year-old man ass out. You ain't lying, Serda. I need a bonus. I need it in writing. I need to see it.
Is that the thing that all these NFL players were at? Like, were they all in Saudi Arabia for this?
Were there a lot of guys over there?
I kept seeing videos of like this like wrestling thing that like Brady and Eli did something together, and then like Joe Burrow was there, and like there's just a bunch of athletes there. And then I saw a video of Cena too.
They may have. I don't know if that's the spot they wanted to be going. A lot of people.
They're probably teaching that 61-year-old man how to take a fucking tackle. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
how to take
bump,
a shot like
man.
that.
Well, I know a lot of people are upset about the wrestling in Saudi Arabia, so maybe they did something here stateside before they.
Yeah, a lot of people were questioning it. A lot of people were questioning if they should continue to go with everything that's happened in the Middle East, but. My God, man. I'm watching that, man. I'm just enjoying the match. And that man came in. I mean, John was laying in wait. I mean,
number one, that run that he started off with, like, I was like, yo, he's going to be hurting after that run, dude. I could see his knees getting impacted and shit. He's definitely going to get shin splints. Like, he's not going to be feeling good after running down that incline or that decline like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely... He's not using good form, is what I'm trying to say. And then he gets the shit tackled out of him. Like,
see the man, he gave it everything he could too, man. He was gunning it down.
You can see him hobbling.
He was gunning. I think that's what makes the impact so good. Is he was coming hard, man.
Well, you're going down a decline. You're picking up speed. You can't really stop after a certain point. You know what I mean? Like, he couldn't like slow down because he was already picking up too much speed. It's just God damn. That's crazy.
And
that's crazy.
Sometimes them dudes. You're paused. You're muted, champ.
If you want to be a part of the show, you risk getting destroyed. Like, you're a normal person. You got no business out there with those people.
I just want to know, like, Triple H. Hey, listen, Charles. This is what we're gonna need you to do tonight. It's all we need from you, man. And like Serda said, we put a little extra on your check. We maybe give you a little cash extra or whatever. But we need you to really gun it. Everything you got down the aisle, and John's gonna fucking lay your ass out. But you gotta really sell it. And I mean, usually, like, sometimes those guys jump back and sell it. I don't think he had to jump forward. Back. I think John just caught him. I think he just caught him and lifted his ass off the ground. My God, that was the greatest thing I saw all weekend. My God, John, just keep laying these people out. I can watch that over and over again. All right, let's get a little heat check in.
Sorry. My bad. So for today's heat check, guys, I will be honest. I've been watching the shit out of this show called Love Island. Those of you with wives or girlfriends that are into reality television will know exactly what I'm talking about.
I was gonna watch it on the plane. I went a different direction.
It's just an island of horny 20-something-year-olds, and they're all looking for love. They're looking for love, and they're trying to put their best foot forward, and all this bullshit. But it's entertaining. It's very, very entertaining, and I've been spending the past like 2 weeks watching it every single night at 9:00. And I was thinking about what I was going to do for the Heat check today, and I was thinking about the fact that they have 2 professional basketball players on there. One's name is Chris, the other one's name is Pepe. Pepe, all right? So I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, oh, they must have played for some team or something like that, in the NBA. I do a little bit of Googling, some internet sleuthing, some journalistic investigations, and
Stop calling it journalistic investigations.
why not? I'm a journalist. I'm a journo.
You're not.
I'm a journo. I'm a journo. Anyway, so I was like, let me look up, let's see where they played, all right? And I wanted to see, I'm going to give you guys a set of stats, right? And I want you to let me know who would win in a one-on-one via Pepe and Chris, all right? Chris, we have a 6'8" forward, right? He played in 3 different college teams during his collegiate career. One was Utah, right? During the 2017-2018 year, he played 20 games, averaged 2.7 points per game. All right? All right, let's start out with that. All right. Then he transferred to Fresno State in 2018. He redshirted, but he played 5 games in which he averaged 2 points per game. All right. Then he transferred. He was like, you know what? Let me go D2. He went D2, went to Cal State DH, right? During the 20 and 21 year. And he actually played 23 games, started 21 of those games, and he had 14.5 points per game. All right. After that, he went to Indonesia, played 11 games, averaged 16.1 points per game, 9.2 rebounds. So not bad, right? Went to France in 2024, played a total of 6 games, averaged 6 points per game and 5 rebounds. Okay. And then he moved to Australia. Can't even find any information on him playing in Australia, but all right. Pepe, all right. 6'3" guard. Went to Cal State Fullerton, D1 school, but he was benched. He played a total of 9 minutes the entire season. The year they actually went to some conference finals and shit like that, but he did not play. So then he went to Spain, played professional basketball, as they say, played 11 games, averaged 4.7 points per game.
Hold on. So he only played like 1 year at Cal State Fullerton before going.
The only information I could find on him was that 1 year. Yeah.
So he was probably a walk-on.
Sounds like it.
And walked on to Spain? All right.
He's 6'3", right? He's got a little bit of size.
I'm 6'5".
I mean, I don't think I need to hear it. I don't think I need to hear it anymore. I mean, clearly the first guy who had the ability to get the scholarship to what I think at that time was a Pac-12 school, maybe Mountain West, was Utah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with him. And then he fell down to still yet a pretty high mid-major in Fresno State before the bottom dropped out. And then he went to Indonesia. I didn't even know they was having professional basketball.
I guess they got ball everywhere. They got ball everywhere. It's around the world. It's a global thing. Now, I have another question. Do y'all think they have the right to call themselves professional basketball players?
No.
Hell yeah, they do.
No.
Oh, fuck
No?
you. Hell yeah, they
say,
wouldn't play.
Okay. All right. Serda, why do you say yes? Why do you say no?
Well, the first dude at least has gotten some playing time and some experience, like not necessarily traveling to best European basketball teams or whatever around the world. Indonesia is not exactly a place that with a team that you would expect to compete in the Olympics or something, I would imagine.
Speak for yourself. No, it's the Indonesian Basketball League. They've turned out some great products.
Like who? Exactly.
Continue with your point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ron out here lying again.
But the other dude, like, is a total fraud. Like, he's not even. He's just a body. Like, he's a guy that they throw him out there in practice, and they're like, just take hits, like, or just go out there and like you're just
put your hands up
for us to throw out there on practice because you
put your hands
a
up.
little bit of size to you. This other dude at least seems like he can play a little bit, even though he's just probably simply just not like athletic enough or talented enough to compete against somebody who's actually a professional basketball player.
Unless these leagues are YMCA or Boys and Girls Club, they went to Spain and Indonesia, respectfully, and they were paid for their services and signed contracts. They are professional basketball players. Osita's calling himself a journalist, and he is getting.
Hey, whoa, my guy.
He's considered himself a journalist, which he's not. But he is definitely a.
You're not a journalist. None of us are journalists.
No, he's definitely he's a broadcaster. He can have that. He's a host, right?
I'm a journalist. I do some investigative.
You're
work.
not. You're not a journalist. You're not, and it's okay. You're giving everything you got. But
in my mind, I'm a journalist, guys. All right, it's cool.
You keep doing that. You keep saying that. But those guys actually sign contracts. They're pros, and they are getting every single piece out of every red cent out of this bitch. You hear me? They going over and they making this plan out. All right, man, we're gonna take this. He was at Utah. I'm gonna take this thing from Utah to Fresno to California D2. Then I'm gonna take this thing over to Indonesia, and then let me see if I can slip on one of these reality shows and make myself a star.
Now,
I wonder how much money they've racked up.
Here's my thing. Both of these guys are still in right now, right? And like a lot of the reason, the way the game works is that you have to be coupled up with somebody. So someone has to choose you. You have to choose somebody. And a lot of the reason why the women are choosing them is because they keep saying they're professional basketball players because they're 6'3" and 6'8" professional basketball players. And they ask them, oh, you travel a lot for your job? Yeah, I travel a lot for my job. Has me gone a lot of times in the year. I'm constantly practicing. I'm constantly doing this. They are lying to these women that have no access to any sort of internet, no Wi-Fi, no fact checking. They're just like sitting there like, oh yeah, I'm a basketball player. You know, these bras don't even fucking know who they are. Yeah. You know, they don't know. If
Are they saying that they're making it up?
But even like,
no, I'm not saying that they're saying that they're making it up.
Like,
but they're
China turns out pro ball players, and they also have like highly competitive Chinese basketball leagues. Like, these guys are just pretending like they're actual professional athletes when they're part-timers at best.
That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that they are lying to these women. They are lying to these women and telling them that they're professional basketball players. I'm sure the girls that they have think that like, oh yeah, when I get home, I got myself a ball player, and we're gonna move to whatever city he plays in, blah blah blah, without having ever asked the question, hey, where do you actually play? What team do you play for? How much time do you actually?
That's their dumbass fault if they think that a professional basketball player, from the standpoint that you're saying, ooh boy, we're gonna move out of here and we're gonna go back home and he is gonna have us set for life. To think that they're gonna be on the, what is it called? Love Island. That they're gonna be on the Love Island, right? There ain't nobody who is playing in. There is not a single player who's playing in the NBA or the G League or the Euro League, as you're saying, or the Chinese League that says, yo, I'm gonna be that you flat that. No. I think Dwight Howard, I could see him on a celebrity, some sort of a. I think Dwight was. I think Dwight was on that.
Hear me out. Did Travis Kelce not have a dating show?
He did.
Is he not one of the biggest football players in the game?
Yes. He is.
Yes, but it was very clear. Like, it's very clear and known.
But he had a reality dating show, and he's a big star. So why is it so foreign that a NBA player might, want to do the same?
Yeah, but when they went out there, they showed Travis Kelce playing in his Chiefs uniform, even if they didn't know who he was, right? We like he was the central figure of the guy, not just one of the damn contestants just out here. Hey, man, he just plays basketball. No, they're not. They're not that. There's a difference between the show being completely centered around you or amongst other celebrities that people widely know. The only time I've ever seen it, and it was because Nene Leakes is a real asshole, and that was when BET brought back College Hill, and they brought famous people, and she acted like she had no idea who Slim Thug was. That's bullshit. Right? And that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. She'll say, I'm not familiar with his work. I don't know who Slim Thug is. Doesn't happen enough. Some guys are just showing up and we're contestants. I'm a professional ball player. No, there's no way there is anybody who is playing in a league that's worth a damn that is going on Love Island as a contestant. No chance. So that's their dumbass fault. Now, maybe they're telling the truth. They're professional players. They are. When's the last? When you've looked up and done your research, is their careers over? Are they no longer playing?
So Pepe no longer plays. He owns a gym somewhere and does like an after-school program.
I was gonna say a vitamin shop of some sorts. I thought, but you said it.
Really not a professional basketball player.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He is not a professional basketball player. Chris is still playing, but I guess he's taken the season off or something like that to find love.
For this
to find love. To find love.
Or he got released and couldn't get back onto another team, and so he stumbled.
Now listen, Chris playing Indonesia, I can see how he could probably make a little bit more bread doing this.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, like I can see that his career. Like there's no way because they know they're going on there for exposure and the money they're gonna make for it. Ain't no chance in hell that you think like, hey man, I've got a basketball player. Who you play for? The Bucks? Really? Ain't nobody playing for the Bucks gonna be over here. Probably tell them expect teams that don't exist anymore. I play for the Seattle Supersonics. Do you? Really? Stupid asses. Oh, man, I'm good. I don't feel sorry for those young ladies at all. They're if they're buying that those idiots are the professional basketball players, and they're as dumb as the women that we see on those little TikTok videos that won't give a guy a day until they keep walking past and they see the guy get into the Lambo, and then they stop and turn back around and say, "Is this your car? Is this your car?" Yeah, they're as dumb.
That's when I do donuts around that motherfucker. Take off.
Is that what you would do, or would you try to take the win? If that win was out there for you,
I'd probably take the win, but I'd never talk to her again after that.
Yeah, you'd win it like that. I'd never talk to you.
You know, I'm only human.
Yeah, and that makes sense. That makes sense. No, man, I'm proud of you.
Thanks,
man.
I'm
proud of you. Speaking of you being human, you think your dad knows that? If he's watching this, you think he knows these stories? This story that you've been telling us?
My father has no clue about this story, and I can promise that. No clue. Never gonna find out.
You gotta start getting your dad. You gotta start. Oh, he is. Tell him to start checking out your new work.
No.
Tell him why you're a journalist.
Hard pass.
Tell him why you're a journalist.
You know what? Don't cut me. Don't cut me off, Steve. I'm gonna tell it right now. Listen. Osita's father. You know what happened? You know what happened to your